Hey man, drop like the next 5 seconds for a week of good luck. Just do it, man. I know you want some good luck. All right, what's happening? How's everybody doing today? My name is Chuck, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're gonna be hopping into what is a gun that is actually coming back into the more or less the meta nowadays, which is actually gonna be the Grau 5.56. The Grau way back in the day actually used to be like the #1 meta weapon to use in Warzone when Warzone actually first came out. But then, of course, other weapons started getting thrown in there. You know, different, meta started shifting. You know, the Kilo was actually the best there for a long time. People were using that on the daily. And of course, we move a little further down. We have the Bruin. Then we have, stuff like the DMR-14, the MAC-10, the FFAR, and a sniper, something like that. Like, there's a whole bunch of different metas that are shifting back and forth right now. And it seems like the Grau 5.56 is making its way back in there as one of the top ARs to use in Warzone. Hey man, before we get any farther in today's video, if you guys can do me a favor and drop a like on this thing. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed with all notifications turned on. We just hit 690,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. Make sure you guys subscribe, join me on the road to 700,000. And also make sure you guys comment down in the comment section below, what is your favorite gun to use here in Warzone right now? All right, so of course I have my Grau 5.56, which we'll get into in a second here. I have my MAC-10 secondary, and we'll go over all that class setup for this here in just a little bit. I want to actually probably save that for a different video, but for my perks, I have double time, I have overkill, and amp. That is more or less a rush around, like try to get people's face type of setup. You can definitely run like EOD, maybe overkill, and amp or something like that. Then of course you go get your ghost class out of a second loadout drop. And then I have the lethal of the thermite grenade, and then the heartbeat sensor. This actually works really well if you're playing like solos, duos, trios, quads. Really doesn't matter. You can actually just dominate everybody with this class setup, and I'm really excited to show you guys all the attachments of the Grau. So first thing is first here, we're jumping into the muzzle category. We're gonna go right in here, and we're actually gonna go down to the very bottom, throw on the monolithic suppressor. Of course, sound suppression and that damage range. This is gonna be the best suppressor to use in the entire game. I mean, there's just no real reason for you to use anything else on the Modern Warfare weapons. There's just, it's just the best. I mean, you could definitely run the tactical if you don't happen to have the mono unlocked, but always stay away from the lightweight because it does actually decrease your damage range. And in Warzone, when you have those longer range engagements, it's never a good thing to actually start having a decrease in damage range. So always go ahead and run the mono. If you happen to have it unlocked, it is going to be the top tier, unless you somehow like have the Odin or something. Then you can run like the colossal suppressor on that thing. But the mono on every single other gun is going to be the best. For the barrels, we have a couple of different barrels that we have the option of using, but there's really only about one, I should say, or maybe two that are going to be viable options in here. So that's going to be the Tempest 26.4 Archangel and the FSS 20.8 Nexus barrel. I really should say that you really only ever want to use a Tempest 26.4 Archangel barrel, especially in multiplayer and in Warzone. I used to use the Nexus barrel all the time multiplayer, but then the Grau actually had a bit of a nerf a little while back, and then it kind of got buffed, and it's been touched here and there. But really, I just would say that you should always use the Archangel barrel on your Grau 5.56. As soon as you get this thing, slap it on there, never take it off. You're never going to be, better off without using this barrel. Seriously, it's the best one. For the under barrel, we're actually going to keep this very simple. We're just going to go straight up with the Commando foregrip. We want a little bit of that recoil stabilization, that aiming stability. This thing really doesn't have that much kick on it. I mean, you guys know if you've used the Grau before, it really just does not have that much. If you used a crappy class setup, maybe it had more recoil, but with this class setup I'm giving you guys, it's really not going to have any type of recoil whatsoever. So just go and throw on the Commando. We don't want to slow ourselves down too much. We want to make sure that we can still handle that, sustained periods of fire when you're fully automatic. Because, you got to put a lot of shots into people in Warzone, and sometimes it feels like it takes a little bit more than, what's actually being done, what actual damage is being done. So we want to make sure we're hitting as many shots as possible, and the Commando foregrip is going to help us do that. For the ammunition, in my personal opinion, you guys know, if you've ever watched the channel, I am a 60 round magazine kind of guy, and that is the reason I'm running 60. And also, I just think the 60 is the better option in Warzone. When you come into those like engagements where you have to put a lot of shots down range at people, or you just have to sustain that fire, it's always better to have a 60 round magazine than a 50, in my opinion. And also, I really like the way this actually does look on this variant. This variant actually is very well equipped, and this is actually one of the best variants in the entire game. I'll show you guys afterwards. This is actually one of the best ones, but for whatever reason, it's got a nice little red magazine here, and I just like the 60. And of course, it's red, so it's actually awesome. Last but definitely not least, I'm actually gonna go in here, throw on a sight, and what we're actually gonna go and do is go down here to the VLK 3.0 optic here, and this is gonna be by far my favorite optic to use here in all of Warzone. You could definitely run something else like maybe the Corp Combat Hollow Sight, throw on the blue dot on there. That's gonna be amazing. That is actually a really good setup as well. If you don't really want to have as much like longer range potential, you just really want to be able to have a nice AR for that medium range, but the VLK will definitely still do you good at medium range, but it's definitely not very good for close range. That's why you have like a MAC-10 backup secondary or something else that will be better for that. Unlike, you know, if you don't have a sniper or something, you definitely should not be running a sniper with this setup. I would suggest for you to run like an SMG or something, but we're gonna be throwing on here the VLK 3.0 optic here, and this is gonna be amazing. This is a really good setup, and something I also want to show you guys is that if you were looking for a variant to buy, I don't have a creator code or anything, but this variant actually here is really good. So let me just show you what the variant is. So this is actually the Wolf Mother variant. I actually like the name. That's actually the name of a band that I do listen to. But apart from that, if you guys click on this one, you go into the gunsmith. This basically has every single attachment I gave you guys, you know, on your gun. Apart from I took off the tac laser and threw on the VLK optic. So I mean, it's literally that. I mean, I think it's super awesome. You guys can definitely go search for it there in like the store. It's really awesome. But I got some crazy gameplay for you guys. I was dominating with it. You guys don't want to miss out on any of it. I was shredding with this setup. Hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay. Oh, there we go. Got one kid. There we go. Oh no!
Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
There we go. There we go. Love it. Oh, there we go. No, you cannot do that to me. Never would have known that this stellar individual is camping up top there. Thank you, Lucid.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
There we go. Daddy is so unbelievably useful.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
Nope, my guy. What's truck guy doing? Truck guy is dead. There we go. Hey, TV, where are you going? This person had a whole bag on him. Jeez. No loadie, though. I feel like they're camping up top. Yep. I'm gonna be very quiet. Oh, dude, why? Did he have a, yeah, did he have a Mac? Oh, he had a fully, yeah, he had a Mac. Got that kid. What? was he doing? Yo, I entirely forgot I was playing solo duos, and I was like, man, are these kids teaming? No. Oh god. Oh, that was a bad push, my guy.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Make for target location. Recon's up.
Oh wow. Some kids right here.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
What is going on here? This is a crazy ass game. Oh, what did he? I just heard him. Wait, what? That kid got me? What? That's what got me?